Well, hello everybody, welcome back. I'm really glad you could join me once again. So in today's episode, I wanted to share some of the ways that I make my home extra special for the autumn and winter, the time of year when it's cold outside, people are hibernating, and perhaps instead of going out to meet friends and socialising, they're coming into your home to enjoy the warmth and hospitality that you can offer. So I want to share with you just a few things that I do at the beginning of this period to make sure my home is inviting, cosy, and also that it feels a place that I want to spend time in. So I hope that you will enjoy this episode, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Don't forget, if you enjoy this channel, please like, comment and subscribe. All of your engagement truly helps. So thank you all and enjoy this episode. So one of the things that I like to do in wintertime when I'm at home a lot, and especially before Christmas, is start to look at my tableware and things that I use to entertain when I have people over and if they need any special attention. Now, one thing that you have to regularly upkeep and take care of, if you have any, is silver. Now, it may seem quite grand to say, oh, I'm polishing my silver, but really, these days, you can get silver pieces very inexpensively. It may not be totally surprising to know that silver is not highly in demand anymore. So if you go to car boot sales, thrift stores, charity shops, antique stores, you can pick up silver quite inexpensively. Also, I think most of the stuff that I have here is silver plated, which makes it a lot less expensive, and you can get some pretty nice pieces. So I like to have silver in my home because I feel it's very timeless. I used to enjoy having bone china, teacups and teaware, but I just feel now that this very beautiful silver set that you can get looks very, very chic and timeless. So when I have guests over, it makes them feel special if I can pour them tea from a teapot, and then you have if people have sugar, you can put sugar in here, or maybe you want to put your little packs of sweeteners in that one. A milk jug. And this is, I got this and I think this is a bread basket, but you can use it for other things. And I want to create my own tea tray with these things on and a selection of teas so that when I have guests over, they can select their tea and it makes it into a special occasion. And that is what I like to do. I like to make these tiny, tiny things special occasions so that when people come to your home, it's perhaps something they haven't seen before, or perhaps something that they don't do very often, so that when they come into your house and you provide them with this moment, it's going to leave a lasting impression and they'll really have a lovely time because you've made the effort to think of them and their needs and making them feel special. So yes, I like to go through all of my things and just check to see if anything needs a bit of TLC. With silver or silver plated things, you have to regularly polish them. It can be a messy job, but I've got a very quick solution. So I use this silver polish from Goddard's. It's so easy to use. You shake it well, pop it onto a cloth, and then just rub it on, and it just shines this up beautifully. So I'm going to show you quickly. Let me start with something that really needs a lot of work. So this is really badly tarnished. It's been in the cupboard for a long, long time. So I'm going to quickly show you now. So I'm just going to shake this up. And we'll put a bit onto here at the bottom. And you'll see how this very quickly shines up. Now I get these white cloths from IKEA. They come in packs of 4 and they're about £1. So I buy these all the time. And you can wash them and they wash very beautifully. But if you look here now, you can see how this really shines up and transforms this into something beautiful. And it's so rewarding. That's what I love about polishing silver, is that it is a little bit of hard work. You know, you have to put a little bit of effort in, but you're rewarded very, very quickly. And I know in this world today, we're all looking for quick gratification. So if you are one of those people, I mean, I know I am too, blame TikTok for that. You can polish your silver and in minutes you're going to see an amazing result. I'm not sure whether you can see that. I might need to bring the camera close up, but this already, and then you use a clean part of the cloth just to buff it up. That is absolutely gleaming now, gleaming. And it's a very rewarding thing to do. So yeah, polishing the silver, making it lovely, and then I'm going to make a tea tray, a special tea tray. This is not something I've never done before, but it will be quite lovely to make my tray with all my tea things and then my teas. So let me polish this up so it looks beautiful and then we'll move on. Well, that is my silver, all beautifully polished. The transformation, the difference that it makes is just mind-blowing, and it doesn't take a lot of effort. I think that took me about 15, 20 minutes to do all these pieces. Very quick, the result is immediate satisfaction, and it just looks gleaming and beautiful. I've just thoroughly washed my hands. This is not a tidy job, and in fact I would suggest that you wear gloves because it will save your hands from the dirt and the mess. But I've just thoroughly washed them, they're lovely and clean. My silver is polished, and I'm going to make a lovely tea tray for myself and my guests. So when I talk about creating a tea tray, this is exactly what I mean. Now, I was just thinking about every time I have guests over in the daytime and I'm not serving cocktails in the evening or wine, and I serve tea or coffee, and I'm in the kitchen and I'm making the tea whilst they're waiting in the living room for me to make it, and I just thought there must be a more beautiful way for me to do this, to make it more theatre, more lovely, and an experience for my guests. And as I mentioned before, creating experiences for my guests and people who visit my home is what I really love to do. So I thought, why not create a tray with a few beautiful teas on it that I can have in my living room when guests come, with all of my tea things on, and then all I have to do is come in with a carafe of boiling water. I've got a special silver pot for boiling water, and I can add it to the pot and we can serve and have our tea that way. And I thought that was a really lovely thing to do. So I have this silver tray that I polished, and on here I have my tea things. So I have the silver that I just polished. We've got our lovely silver teapot, a milk jug. I do have the sugar bowl, but I'm only going to get that out if it's needed, because what I've realised is that not many people these days have sugar in their tea. Then I've got some bone china teacups. So this is quite a nice little set. It is a Royal Doulton tea set, not with hand-painted periwinkles like ours in the bouquet, but still has this gold detail on it. And it's just a simple set that works very well. So we have those, and then I've got a selection of my favourite loose leaf teas. So you can get tea bags where you steep it into the cup or the pot and let it brew. It works fine, it's very simple and quick, but loose leaf tea is that thing that is going to make your occasion, again, more about theatre and something a little bit special. And in my view, loose leaf tea always tastes better. So I've got a few of them here. I've got this Claridge's tea, and I love this one because it comes in this beautiful tin, this white tin, and the lid comes off. This is a gorgeous English breakfast tea. So I think on every tea tray you should always have a great English breakfast. And what I love about teas that come from places that you've been to, like on your travels, is that it gives a story to tell when you're with your guest. So if you get this tea out and, oh, this is a Claridge's tea. What's the story of that? Oh, well, 2 years ago I went to my best friend's birthday party at Claridge's and we got given this tea as a little gift. See, a little story. Oh, I love Claridge's. Oh, but tell me about the party. It creates conversation. Again, over here I've got this tea. This is Vienna tea. I got this on a trip to Vienna. It has Empress Cece on the tin. She's here at the front, here on the side on her horse, and here on the back. And then on the side you've got her fan and Cece, her signature. So this is a flavoured fruit infusion, and when I open this tin up, it just reminds me of that wonderful trip to Vienna. So it's a great association, and again, another great conversation starter. Then here we've got my own blend of tea. This is my Nicolas Fairford Rose Petal Black Tea. So a few years ago I decided, because I was becoming well known for tea on YouTube, that I should probably create my own range of teas, and I did that, and actually they're going to be coming back soon, just in time for Christmas. I have a few left of my own stock. This is probably my favourite, the Rose Petal Black Tea. So you may remember I have my own candle too, and this was the companion to the candle. So the candle is rose fragranced, and this tea is a rose tea. It is the most delightful fragrance. Oh, it's just the most wonderful thing, honestly. And this tea is so wonderful because it actually has, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to grab any out of here, but it actually has real rose petals in the tea. Yeah, this is my tea that I created, and the back says, "This is a classical scented tea made with rose petals layered into black china tea. It is the perfect refreshment when spending long afternoons in a beautiful garden in summertime. It has a sweet and full taste with flowery notes. For extra indulgence, a dash of cream may be added." So yes, it is quite a summery tea, but it's quite nice to have my own here on the tray as well to share with other people. And yes, my tea will be coming back soon. I'm going to be bringing back this tea, which is the classic, and then I also have a Christmas tea, an Earl Grey, a breakfast tea. So yes, they're all, an almond tea. So they're all coming back. And then I have two teas from Fortnum & Mason. So Fortnum & Mason is a London icon. This one is their classic Earl Grey. You have to have an Earl Grey on your tea tray. It is a wonderful, wonderful tea. It has that lovely aroma of lemon, bergamot. Just a lovely, lovely tea to have, especially in the afternoon. It's a really lovely thing. So that is a classic Earl Grey tea. And then here we have the Royal Blend. So this is, in this classic Fortnum's blend, low-grown flowery pekoe from Ceylon lends an uplifting note to the malty Assam to make a very traditional cup of tea. First blended for King Edward V in the summer of 1902. Sorry, King Edward VI in 1902. Royal Blend has been popular ever since for its smooth, honey-like flavour. This is a lovely, lovely tea. Very majestic. And it tells you on the back, heat freshly drawn water to 100 degrees. Use 1 teaspoon of tea per person and brew for 5 minutes. Royal Blend is best served with a splash of milk. So that is my tea tray, and I put this out onto my coffee table if I have a guest coming over. Wintertime, autumn time, I have a lot of guests coming. In the summer, we usually meet at a wine bar or in the garden for a picnic, but in the winter and the autumn, I have a lot of people coming over. They want to be warm, a lovely cup of tea. So this tea tray is a lovely, lovely thing to do. It's not something you find in many homes. It's kind of like the daytime equivalent of having a home bar, and I think it's a really lovely thing to do. So I'd love to know if you want to try it for yourselves. Please let me know in the comments if it's something that you think you're going to do. So one more thing that I love to do to prepare my home for the winter months is just to organise myself, my cupboards, my drawers. And I think this is something that can seem very overwhelming if you have a lot of drawers that are a mess or there's a lot of clutter everywhere. But what I always advocate and tell people when they ask for my advice to how to keep a home well organised and tidy is to just do one small thing each day. So for example, if you're sitting at your desk and the whole desk, every drawer is chaos, just start with one of the drawers. Organise it, do it so it's beautiful. It will take you 5-10 minutes at the most, and if that's all you do to organise your home that day, it's going to make you feel instantly better. The next day, go on to the next drawer. The next day, go on to the next drawer. And at the end of the week, you will have most of your drawers and cupboards organised. So I like to refresh mine. I've done it, I did mine about 2 days ago. And so I'm going to show you inside my desk drawers. This is where I work every day. It's in front of the window, so I've got a lovely view and it's nice and bright and it makes me feel happy, and I like to see people walking by. And so in this drawer here, this is kind of like my self-care wellness drawer. And I decided to do this about a year ago because I thought I'm sitting at my desk every day, and when you are working constantly, it's sometimes great just to take a little pause and do something wonderful for yourself. So I decided, instead of my whole desk being things that I need, that are associated with work, why not make it a little bit of beauty? And again, that is what I like to do in my life, make as many beautiful moments as possible. So this is my little wellness drawer. So in here I have this little rattan basket, and this has some lovely things in. So first of all, we have this Caudalie Beauty Elixir spray. This is one of my very favourite facial sprays. It is wonderful for giving you a quick wow, refresh and a boost. It's like a slap in the face, but in the best way, to wake you up and give you a burst of energy. And it smells so beautiful. It's got like a eucalyptus mint smell. It's wonderful if you're on a plane or a train traveling. It will revitalise and wake you up immediately. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So I have that in here. I have a little nail file. Sometimes if you're on a call or you just have a little moment, you can make your nails tidy. I have a little fragrance. As many of you know, fragrance is one of my very favourite things, and even if I just take this out and smell it, it's a comfort for me. But it's if I'm just at my desk and I want a little moment of indulgence, I can spray it on, and it's just going to refresh and uplift. Again, it's about taking those little moments in your day. If you've been working for an hour solid, why not have a little break? If it's a little break to apply some fragrance or your little face mist to revitalise your skin and wake you up. File your nails, all things that are lovely and will just take you away from your work and give you a little me moment. So I've got that. Then I have this Jo Loves hand cream. This is Pomelo. This is my favourite Jo Loves product. I really do love her things. If you don't know who Jo Loves is, if you've heard of Jo Malone, she created the brand Jo Malone. She sold the business and now she has Jo Loves. So again, if you're working at your desk, typing, writing, I need to get a new one of these, it's almost gone. A little moment to apply a hand cream. Again, you get a hit of fragrance in there, but also just softening the hands, treating yourself with kindness. This is what this drawer is all about, my kindness drawer. So we've got the hand cream. Then I have in here a White Company intensive lip mask, so you can put this on. Oops. Excuse me. So yes, you can put this on whilst you're at your desk doing whatever you need to do. This is supposed to, really help your lips in the cold winter weather. This is perfect. Put a little bit on, and you can just let that do its thing whilst you get on with your work and your day. So that is my little tray of wellness that I keep in this drawer, and that just goes at the back like that, and I can just grab it out or just grab something from it, and that is going to really boost my day. Then I've got a box of matches, because when I'm at my desk I always have a candle, my Nicolas Fairford candle, and fragrance, again, one of my very favourite things. Sometimes it's nice just to pause, light a match, light a candle, and especially in the evenings when I'm doing evening work, which I do a lot of, this is just can sit here and it's just going to elevate the ambience and the mood while you're sitting at your desk. So I have my matches in here. I have a little notepad. Now, I have notepads in here and planners because I'm one of those people who loves old-fashioned writing. But this notepad is one that has nothing to do with work, so I like to keep one especially for myself. If I think of something exciting, like something that I want to do, or something that I want to research later on, maybe I want to look for a new winter coat, I'll write down new winter coat that you saw in so-and-so, or don't forget to remember to book that play or that ballet. Don't forget to research that cocktail that you wanted to do, or perhaps it's just an idea that you've had of something. So it's always great to have a little notepad that's nothing to do with work, that's all to do with pleasure in there, and then a beautiful pen to write it all down. Then I have these are bracelets, and this is quite a funny story, I think. But a few months ago, I was feeling a little bit out of luck with love, and I was thinking, maybe I'm cursed when it comes to love, because things were just not going well. So I walked to my tailor, which I visit very often, and there's a store there called Black Moon Botanica, and it's a very unique, I love it, it's like something from Practical Magic. It's very old-fashioned inside, and they have spell books and candles and incense and all these cool things, especially cool for Halloween. And I just went in and I said, look, I've been having these issues in my love life for a few years. Can you give me something to help me? And she said, these bracelets, these will just reinforce that you're a special person, that you are deserving of everything you want in your life. And I just thought, you know what, that's quite sweet. So I keep those in here. It seems a bit silly, a bit, witchy, but I like witches. So I keep them there. And then I have just two little cloths. These are for either wiping my phone, my laptop, or my glasses. And what I love about them is that they were given to me when I stayed in hotels. So this one is from the Merrion Hotel in Dublin. They leave them when they turn down the room. So a lovely memory to have. And then I have this one from the Four Seasons Hotel in Geneva. So yeah, if you have your glasses, you can just quickly grab this out. And I think cleaning your glasses is an act of love and self-care, which is why it stays in this drawer. There's nothing worse than glasses that have finger marks all over them. So I always find that if you quickly give your glasses a little spruce, put them on, you're seeing with fresh new eyes. It's like having new eyes again, and that is a very lovely, lovely thing to do. So that is why I have them in there. So that is my little self-care drawer, and I would highly recommend, if you work at a desk all day, create and curate one of these for yourself. It is just going to make the act of sitting at your desk so much more pleasurable. Honestly, it is a lovely, lovely thing to do. So that is my little wellness drawer, and I'll quickly show you in the other two. There's nothing that interesting. In here I have pens, a tape measure. I got this from the Royal Yacht Britannia, and I thought it was a lovely tape measure in wood. I have a stapler. I'm somebody who likes to print things off. I print off my daily schedule. You see, I have it here. I print this off every morning, and I plan what I'm going to do with my day. I plan my content, and I have to have it in my hands. If it's on my laptop and I have to try and find it in a file or a document, it's not going to happen. So I print every day and I staple everything together so I've got it in my hands to use. So that is that. And then I have a daily planner. So I don't use this that often, but if I want to really plan out my day, I can. I've got a ruler. I've got my earphones. I use them a lot. I love these old-fashioned earphones with the cable. I don't like earpods, they get lost. I have a pack of playing cards. I'm not sure why they're here, but I've kept them there. These are some scented crayons from Bewley, very beautiful packaging. A pen, and then this is a cork from a bottle of champagne. It's a bottle of L'Homme Perrier, and it is dated the 31st of July 2024, and Nathan and I won a really great contract with a brand, and he came round. We were ecstatic with excitement, and we popped open a bottle of champagne, and I've kept the cork with the date on, just as a reminder to, you know, when I'm working hard, what it's all for, these small wins that you get when you progress. So that is a reminder. If I'm having a particularly stressful day or I'm not really feeling it, the cork is a great thing. You know, these moments come, work hard, and they'll come even more. So I have that there. And then in my final drawer at the end, I just have ribbons. It's all ribbons, so if I'm wrapping a gift or, you know, I need something, I have all my ribbons in here. I want to make this more of a thing. Maybe I'll collect a bit more. Maybe have this drawer to be a gift wrapping drawer. So yeah, that is my desk. All organised. It's looking great. So I would highly recommend that you spend some time to organise your drawers before winter. It's the perfect moment whilst you're in the home to do these things, and it will really make you feel great, elegant and uplifted. At this time of year, I do entertain quite a lot. I have friends and family coming to visit me from all over the UK, and even if it's just a friend popping in, like I mentioned earlier, for a cup of tea in the afternoon. So I'm having people over all the time. It's a wonderful time of year to really enjoy the home, and for me, that is the purpose of my home, is to have it as a place that is not only tranquil and beautiful for me to enjoy, but also as a place where people can come and feel relaxed, feel a sense of occasion from now and again, and feel like it's a place where they can have fun and really enjoy themselves. So entertaining is something that I love to do here. And when I'm doing a dinner party, or if I'm doing an afternoon tea, one thing that always elevates this occasion is proper tableware and linen. So I'm talking about napkins. So one thing that I like to do at the beginning of every winter, midway through autumn like we are now, is I like to go through my stock of linen. I keep them in my drawers in the dining room, and I like to just make sure that they're all prepared and ready, because there's nothing worse than if you are about to throw a party, you're getting everything ready, and then you realise that perhaps your linens have a stain on them, or they're a bit creased, or one is missing. It always seems to happen. So what I like to do is just to make sure that I'm ready for every eventuality and that my linens are all in good order. So I'm just going through them now. The first set that I have are these very simple white linen napkins with this gold edging on. These are used mostly for Christmas time, and you can see that I folded them in this way, and they sit very nicely on top of a plate or a side plate. And this is one of my very favourite folds. It's very, very easy to do. You take the square napkin and you fold a triangle at the top, and then you fold it in the sides, and that is, you do a little bit of a zhuzhing, and that is the napkin, and that is a really great simple fold. So I'm going through these. I've got 1, 2, oh, there's more. There's 4 of them. The others are in the drawer, I think, so I need to check those, so that's what I will do, but I think these are pretty good. I remember I had these laundered, so they're all fresh and crisp. Now, if they do need to be washed, so let me show you these ones. because I know that these do. Oh, the rest are here, look, there they are. These ones are a very lovely napkin. They're a scalloped edge napkin with a green trim. And these I used, I think I had a cocktail party and I just put these out so that people could grab the canapes and they'd have a napkin to use. But these look a little bit sad. So what I will need to do with these, the best thing is to use starch in the washing machine, and then I put a little bit of starch in a spray bottle, and when you iron them damp, you spray them with starch, they come out very, very crisp, and that's how you get this very, very crisp, beautiful look, and that is the best kind of thing. There's nothing worse. Like this looks very soggy and not very inviting. So this is why I do this exercise, to make sure that I've got everything prepared. So these are going to go to the side. These ones need some TLC. I've got these very simple hem stitch linen. These look quite good. I might just give them a quick run over with the steamer or the iron, give them a press. And I have a lot more napkins than this. I do collect them, and I've been collecting them for about 15 years, believe it or not. So I've got a lot, but I always go through phases of having favourites, you know, depending on my style at the time. My style is quite minimal and elegant, so that is what I'm going for lately, so I'm using these the most. And then finally, I have my very, very special napkins. These are my design, Nicolas Fairford Garden Collection. They were to go with the candle and the tea. I do sell these on my online store. They come in a pack of 4, and I have to tell you that not just because they're mine, but they are the most exquisite quality. They're so thick, and they have a very, very soft feel to them. This is Italian linen. They were sourced in Italy from recycled fabric, and they come in a really nice big size. You get a big napkin. This covers a whole lap, and then in the bottom corner they're embroidered with 4 different designs. So if you buy these, you get 4 in a pack, and you get 4 different designs. So I'm proud of these, because whenever I make a product, I want to make sure that it is of the highest quality. So I make all of my candles in the UK, my teas are sourced in Scotland, my napkins are Italian. So a very beautiful, beautiful product. So on this one, you've got the espalier tree, which I love, typical of an English garden. And then on this one, we have a little topiary. Topiaries are a signature of mine. I love them, even though I'm pretty useless at keeping them alive, but we'll not talk about that. And then we have a little knot garden. Knot gardens are typical of features that you would see in the Cotswolds, out of clipped hedging, and I thought I have to have that there. And then finally, the garden gazebo, another feature that you see regularly in the Cotswolds. So yeah, those are my little collection of napkins, and to make my home feel more special, I like to go through them, make sure that they're all laundered and pressed and in a full set, so that then you can put them all away in your drawers or wherever you store them, and they look beautiful, ready for entertaining and hosting. So that is my little tip. Keep your linens looking fresh, beautiful, and make sure that the inventory is stocked and ready to go. Well everybody, that is all I have time for today, but I really hope that you've enjoyed today's episode and it's inspired you to really think about your home and how you can make it extra special for these colder months, so that when you are home and perhaps entertaining, or even just for yourself, that home is a very special place that you enjoy being in. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time, but until then, take care. Bye-bye.